Hey guys, it's Jamie. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, thanks so much for hanging out and wanting to check me out. Not in that way, you sicko. You know what I mean. Checking out my videos. But if you are interested, you should definitely subscribe, ring that bell, and yeah, stick around. I got a lot more content coming out. But if you aren't new here and you are subscribed, I love you so much and thank you for being subscribed. You guys rock and you mean the world to me. So in this video, we are going to be talking to my best friend Aspen. In this video, we're going to get to know her, and I hope that you enjoy. And here she is. Let's watch the video. This is Aspen, you guys. This is my best friend. We recorded the other night. If you haven't seen my other video of us doing me doing laundry, she wasn't doing laundry, but of me doing laundry, me and her talked on the phone, and we had such great conversations, and I was really excited to post that video. And the file is corrupt. I have tried everything to export that file to get it onto my computer, and every time I do, half of the screen is like green, and it's a nightmare, you guys. I've literally done everything you can possibly imagine, so I've given up.
Yeah.
So we are going to just refilm, but also this is kind of going to just be brief. We're just going to get to know Aspen a little bit here, and then she's actually coming to visit me, which I'm super excited about.
Yay!
Yay! I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
I haven't seen her in forever. Like, it's been
so long.
So long. Oh my god. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, she's coming down for the weekend, and we are going to film a few videos together. You guys are really going to be able to get to know her, and I'm really, really excited about that. So in the meantime, I figured I'd just give you guys a little spoiler and kind of introduce you to her, so you're not like, who the fuck is this bitch, you know? Like, now when she shows up and she's in a few videos, you're like, oh, okay, I know who that is. Okay, so.
Prelude.
Alright, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
I'm Aspen. I am a mother of one daughter. I'm 24 and married to an amazing man.
Vince.
Similar story to Jamie.
Minus prison.
Yeah. Minus prison. I'm not a convict, but I'm a mother in my 20s and married, and yeah, we've been friends for quite some time now. And
how we met is when I was in pre-release. She was working at the place I got hired to start training to be a dental assistant. She was already a dental assistant, and that's how we met. And then she just offered to give me rides, and she became a sponsor. They're called sponsors at the pre-release. That means they have to like fill out this form. What is on that form?
Your information. You have to give obviously your address, your phone number. I think if you have your history.
Yeah, I think they do a background check.
Like if you're a felon yourself, if you have.
I don't think other felons can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So, and obviously I don't have anything other than a few speeding tickets, but,
yeah,
it gets pretty personal, but they want to, like, make sure that you're a decent person.
Right, that you're, like, a positive influence.
I think you even have to put some references down, too, that they can call and
yeah, I think you have to, like, let's say I were to go on a pass with you and I were to go missing, like, they have to have people that they can contact that are connected to you to try to get, like, find me, right?
Yeah.
So
I had to give, I put down, my mother and her address so that if, they went to mine, they had somewhere else to go.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So she did that for me, which was so sweet. I barely knew her, and, she actually had dated a guy in pre-release, right?
Yeah, my ex was a felon. He was in there for a load of things, but he was in the pre-release. I met him at a job I had. I worked at a ski hill, and he worked up there, and we would give people at the pre-release rides up to the ski hill. Anyways, that's another story. But I obviously was his sponsor, and we had lived together, and we broke up a month before Jamie and I met. say well known up there, but they knew who I was. So
Right, yeah, so it was not a big
yeah.
thing for you. So, yeah, it's nice, you know, that she did that, and that's like really how we became friends. She was really the only person in Butte that was my friend. Like, I was so laser focused on just getting everything done that I had to get done. Like, I did not want to talk to anybody, even in the pre-release. Like, I know some of the girls were like laser focused too, maybe, and they were trying to do the right thing too, but like, to me, I wasn't there to make friends with any of those girls, you know, and I was just trying to do my time and get out and get on with my life, you know, and I didn't want to like make friends with anybody and get caught up in the wrong crowd or any of that. So I was just like laser focused. So Aspen was really my only friend in Butte.
Yeah.
She moved to Bozeman and left me in Butte. And, you know, she actually you drove over a few times to hang out with me from Butte.
Yeah.
Or from Bozeman.
It's only an hour away. I don't know if you're familiar with Montana, but...
Yeah, it's only an hour. And she came and visited me, and then I actually got a job offer in Bozeman, and that was like, I called her up, and I was like, hey, I got a job offer. She was like, yeah, well, I need a roommate. And I was like, you know, well, I'm a felon, like... You know, I was on probation. Even though I was out of pre-release, I was still on felony probation. So there's stipulations with that. You can't have alcohol in the house. You can't obviously like have any like firearms or, you know, the D word that ends with a G. Like, you can't have any of that stuff. And but you know, Aspen, you weren't even 21 yet, so you couldn't even drink anyways. So, yeah, she was like, that's fine, dude. Like, I'm just working and, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Like, if I want to go out, I'll just go out, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah. So I got approved to move to Bozeman, and, you know, my probation officer approved me to move in with her, and I lived with her. And we only lived together for 2 months, and we'll get into that while she's here, too.
That's another story.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. We started talking again. And then you actually got a job with me at a new dental place that I worked at.
Yeah, I had just moved back to my hometown, and I was there for like 3 or 4 months. And then I got a job back in the town that we lived in.
Yeah.
And moved back there and started working with you.
Yeah, and that was great. I loved working with you. We went to lunch every day.
That.
Yeah, it was so great. We had our lunch every day, and that's really when we started to get really close. And then I got pregnant. And then you ended up quitting and going into another dental place. So we were both working at dental places, but separate dental places, and we would always meet up on our lunch breaks, or she would be at her place and I would just go over and chill at her house. And she took my maternity pictures for me when I was pregnant with Ace, and you went to the ultrasound too.
I did, when you found out you were having a boy.
Yeah. I didn't find out. Her and JT did.
That's true.
I didn't find out because we had a gender reveal party. But
I cried.
Yeah, she did. And then I had Ace.
Oh, okay.
Right, so
yeah, I moved away. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, she moved away before I had my son, so.
Yeah, I moved back to my hometown. My living situation in Bozeman was not stable, so I ended up going back home.
Yeah.
I've been home since. But yeah, you had your son, and then I would come over all the time so I could see you guys, stay the night on the weekends, and...
Yep. She was over all the time, and
all the time.
Yeah, and I would come over there, and yeah, it was nice. Having one kid was easier to travel. Now that I have two, it's like almost impossible.
Oh yeah.
And then it was actually she would come over and see Ace so much, and she loved him so much. Like, you know, we're the kind of friends where she'll come over and we'll literally just lay on the couch and watch TV and take naps.
Take a nap.
Yeah, we'll take naps and chill. Like, you know, we don't go out to the bars and like party or anything like that. Like, we literally just like chill. Like, and that's the kind of friend you need. I'm telling you, like a friend that'll just come over and like help themselves and like, you know, isn't awkward and you just be like, hey man, I'm gonna lay on the couch and take a nap. Like that's totally like the best friendship, because especially when you're a first time mom like me, like I was so worried that, you know, we would end up like not being as close, because I thought like my life would completely 180 and you wouldn't be able to like relate, you know? But it wasn't like that at all. You were like totally involved and you wanted to.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved coming over and hanging out and feeding him. That was like the highlight of my life. I loved it. Like he was my nephew.
Yeah.
He is. You know, like I love him so much, and I loved it. Just come over. He was a newborn, so we would just sleep, eat, and I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna drive home now.
Yeah. He would like smile and laugh and like go to you, and he was very attached to me, but he really loved Auntie Aspen. Like he loved her.
I love him so much.
And then that kind of gave her baby fever, I would say.
Yep.
A little bit.
Ever since you had a kid, I've wanted one. So.
Yeah, I remember like she was like, you know, now I want a baby, and I'm like, well, you know, there's ways to do that. Yeah.
Like, no, I think I want one now.
Yeah, so she, you know, she was just living vicariously through me with the baby for a while, and then I ended up getting pregnant when my son was 8 months old. I just literally started weaning him from breastfeeding, and I got pregnant. And
Yep.
whoa, you guys, like we planned on having another one soon, but that was a little, yeah, it was a little crazy. And the only reason why really is because I have hyperemesis garderium, so I was just sick. So I was so scared of being sick with a toddler, like with the not even 1-year-old at the time, you know, like I was like, I could barely take care of myself when I was by myself pregnant.
Oh yeah.
How am I going to take care of him and do that again, you know? But you ended up helping me in the beginning with that. So the thing is I was watching my dates, because my husband and I did want to find out when I was going to be fertile for when I did stop breastfeeding. We could, you know, start trying, and we figured it would take us like a year or two. So I wanted to start, you know, like recording that and seeing like, okay, when are my fertile weeks? Maybe we'll avoid those for like another month or two, and then we'll start, or whatever, you know. And then, you know, that didn't work out. But I was talking to Aspen about all that, and so she got the app and she started watching her fertile weeks, and that was like our favorite thing to talk about, you know. We were like messaging each other like, oh yeah, you know, I'm fertile this week and blah blah blah. Like we were such nerds about it. And she ended up getting pregnant 3 months after me.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was so exciting. Yeah, like, you know.
You had a dream, remember?
Yeah, I so remember that. I was freaking out when you called me. Oh my god. So
Jamie called me. Oh, so you can tell it.
No, you tell it, because I've been talking way too much.
Jamie called me one morning. My husband was staying at my house a lot that summer, and I would take him to work in the mornings because his truck was broke down at the time. Engine stopped working, so I was taking him to work. Jamie called me, and normally I'm not up that early, but I was taking him to work, so she's like, hey, I had a dream you were pregnant. And I was like, ooh, really? And she's like, yeah, I have a gut feeling, I think you should go take a test. Like, just run to the dollar store, get those cheap little ones, take a test. And I was like, okay, well, I'm out, I'll go grab one. So I, like, dropped my husband off at work, and I went and grabbed a test. And I was on FaceTime with Jamie, and I took it, and I was like, I'm scared. Like, I don't want to look at it. And I went in the bathroom, and it was not even a minute later. And it was like 2 solid pink lines.
Yeah.
I just, like, screamed. I was like, no way!
Yeah, and we were both freaking out, because it was funny. I think you weren't even that late.
No, when I found out I was pregnant, I was only 2 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, you were not like that late, and it was like you had had that scare, so you were like constantly like stressing about it. So
Yeah.
even if you were like a day late or like the day your period was supposed to start, if you weren't, you know, you would take a pregnancy test and then it would be negative. So we were kind of just
Yeah, I was literally like, I think it was one day late.
yeah, you were just like, so we were just used to that kind of thing. Like we were just like, that's what we were doing
Yeah.
at that point. So when I had that, it wasn't random for me to just call her up and be like, go get a pregnancy
Yeah.
test. Like we had kind of done that for like a few weeks
Yeah.
before that anyways. So, but yeah, I had a dream. It was the craziest dream. And now like thinking about it, like looking back, like you remember, oh, I don't remember when it was exactly, but the second maybe time I visited you after you had Aaliyah, and I was like holding her, and I was like, this feels a lot like my dream, like my deja vu, like it felt like deja vu.
Oh, yes, yes.
So I was in my dream, I was telling
because
her,
yeah.
I was telling her that we were in this small room, and you know, I brought my car seat in, and then I set it down, and there was another car seat there. And I looked over and you were sitting on the couch holding a baby. That's what my dream was. And then like I went, and that thing actually happened when I went and visited. It was just, it's so wild. Like it was crazy. Like what are the odds of that? But yeah, I like just that crazy friend that's like, you need to take a pregnancy test because I had a dream.
But we're like super, I don't want to say like superstitious, but like super into signs like that, you know? Like that had to have been a sign. Like
Yeah.
it had to have been, like the universe was just like, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were like stressed out too, not because of that, but because of other things at that point in life. And we had,
Yeah.
you know, and so we were like talking a lot anyways, just, you know, for like being there for each other. And I don't know if that was like a sign to like make me be there for you even more, or, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just think that maybe that was.
No, I was super alone at that time. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you were always there for me, but
We didn't live in the
those
same
things
town.
that I had just went through were really traumatic and really, yeah, I mean, you just feel vulnerable and alone. So it was literally like not even a week or two after
Yeah.
that this happened. So it was definitely an opportunity for us to get super close again.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Not
it
like
was,
we ever drifted apart, but it just,
right, but even closer. Like, just to
yeah,
one
on
more.
another level.
Right, one more thing to be close about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so once you found out she was pregnant, like, that was a game changer.